Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse, the Deadly Duo Joker. This is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive gold label release. I pre-ordered it from the McFarlane Toy Store, obviously, and it arrived today. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, this is part of the McFarlane Gold Label collection. A gold label figure is simply a retailer exclusive, whether it be Target or Walmart. This particular gold label is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. DC, the Joker from the Deadly Duo. McFarlane Toy Store Authenticated Limited Edition. One side of the package, the Joker, Deadly Duo. Other side, not much going on. In the back, here's the Joker with that weird sort of gimp mask. And at the bottom, a bunch of credits, and there's his barcode, in case that helps anyone. So this is one of McFarlane's deluxe figures. Take off the outer sleeve, and then you can see the Joker inside. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get two of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. Here's a look at Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, numbers 1 through 7. All 3 cover variants for each book. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He comes with 2 alternate heads, one with the black mask, one with the simple Joker face, a mutant bat, a collector's card, a large display stand, and then a large collector's card that's sort of the size of a comic. But before I take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is the Joker from Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. It's a DC Black Label comic, a little bit for more mature audiences. In this book, there are a bunch of sort of Joker monsters around the city. Batman and the Joker have to team up. Gordon and Harley Quinn are both captured, so both the Joker and Batman have an interest in getting them back. So let's take a look at the figure. So it looks like it's done on the 3 Jokers Joker body, but we'll take that out later in the video in detail. Now he has a sort of gimp mask on, got the zippers on, black mask. Going further down, he's got the green shirt, orange vest, purple jacket, black bow tie. He's got some, I don't know, sort of brown gloves on, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. McFarlane always has a problem with making the sort of knee joint a little bit different color than the rest of the suit and really breaks up the sculpt. Same thing with the elbows. It just looks kind of bad. It's a factory issue, I'm sure. Like I said, the body is definitely reuse, but the figure itself is very unique. I mean, Joker wearing a sort of gimp sex mask. What the hell? And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Pretty well done. You can see the wrinkles and the sort of fabric and the zippers. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. And I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Albert. He's one of my subscribers. I saw that he posted a Joker diorama he made on Instagram, and I inquired about making one for me. And not only did he do that, but he made one so much bigger and better. Much appreciated. One of my favorite things in my collection. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. It's a very large display stand. You can see it has the Joker laughter all over it. Pretty nice touch. It's got a couple different sort of pegs for the peg holes on their feet. Pretty hollow, but unique display stand. Now for his collector's card. As you can see, it's a replica of the cover of Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duo number 3. The Joker from Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. On the back side, there is a certificate of authenticity. Now let's look at the large, oversized card. This is a replica of Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duo number 3. So let's take a look. And here's the actual issue right behind it. So as you can see, it's Joker wearing the gimp mask, a bunch of bats behind him. He's cutting out a little bat there. Now on the back side, it has Arkham Asylum. We got the gates and then the buildings in the background. Could be a pretty cool sort of background display if you're taking some photographs of your action figures. Only problem is, that's if you're taking pictures with your cell phone and it's upright like this. Too bad it's not a widescreen version. Now let's look at his heads. He has 2 of them, one with a black gimp mask on, and one a regular Joker head. Here he is with his first head. This is the most unique head. This has the gimp mask or sex mask or whatever you want to call it. Now in the comic, Batman made the Joker wear this when he took him in the Batcave. That way he wouldn't see where he's going and that sort of stuff. But it makes you wonder, why does Batman just simply have one of these laying around, ready to give someone at any given time? raises a lot of questions. And then here's the Joker with his more traditional face. Now this looks creepy. His white skin, it's kind of dark, kind of dirty. The eyes, the darkness around him, the big red smile. Typical Joker, creepy as ever. And now we have this mutant bat. In the comic, there were a bunch of sort of mutant Joker type things. Mutant bats had a big horror sort of vibe or element to it. Now, at first glance, I thought it was just a regular bat, but it damn sure is not. Look at that mouth. This whole head is almost a mouth. It's a mutated bat. I'll probably put this in the bat cave, hanging out, pretending like it's a regular bat. It looks pretty cool. That bat even has a small peg hole in its foot. That we can add to the display stand. Has one peg for the bat and one peg for the Joker. Now I wanted to check out the reuse of this guy. Now he shares a lot of pieces from the Three Jokers. Here he is, next to the Three Jokers Criminal Joker. Let's take a closer look. So, obviously their heads are completely different, including the unmasked head. If we go underneath, they gave him a different bow tie versus him, but it is exactly the same torso. You can see the very bottom part of the vest here and here. It's got the same sort of trimmer on the jacket. Jacket itself's the same. The arms look to be the same. The hands, I think they're the same. He's got a trigger finger on this one. It's just not quite as pronounced. The crotch area is the same. The legs are the same. Even the feet are the same. So literally the same figure. Different head. He's got the bow tie. And then different paint job. Beyond that, it's about 90% the same figure. And it is not the first time they've done that with this body. In fact, all three of the Batman Three Jokers use pretty much the exact same body. They have the same legs, the same sort of torso area. Yeah, this guy, and this guy all have different sort of jackets on top, but the same base body underneath, same arms, same legs. A lot of reuse, but honestly, they all look very different. This is what I call smart reuse. I don't have a problem with it. It is very obvious on these two next to each other, but not so much on the other ones. And as you can imagine, the paint variants also use the same body. And also the Death of the Family Joker and the Vampire Joker also use the same body. Here are 8 different Joker figures that use the same base body. They all have the exact same legs, crotch, and shoes. And they all have the same base body that's underneath their jacket. A lot of shared parts here. I guess it's sort of like the infected Superman of Joker figures. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Now for his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.2 inches tall, which can translate to just over 18 centimeters. And now for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down. Tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders, the ball joint goes out a little bit less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. You can hear how tight it is, that's squeaking. He does have a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest. You can't really see it under the jacket. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows, they go all the way in. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. In his torso, he does have a ball joint, but you're not going to get any use out of that. He's got the soft goods overlay on top, preventing anything from really sticking. Another ball joint is waist. Rotate around. Man, this guy's very tight. It's kind of annoying to hear. Forward and back. Legs, complete as splits. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation. It's there, just kind of minimal. They go forward, not very much. Back, even less. Double jointed knees. And then his ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt, rock, just a little bit. And of course, toe articulation. Now that large sort of card back does fit into the display stand. It makes for a nice little display setup here. Unfortunately, it only works if you're taking a picture with your phone upright. I much prefer if we could have a background that would be widescreen so I could use it for the background of my videos, but unfortunately it's just not what they gave us. So I decided to make my own little setup. This Joker standing here with the arc gates in the background, and this one I can shoot in widescreen. And here's Batman sitting across from Joker, just like in the Deadly Duo comic. They're in the Batcave, trying to work things out, figure out the next step. Here's a look at this Joker in a skimp mask, surrounded by Joker horrors. Seems very appropriate. Now let's check them out. Next is some of their action figures. Starting off with some of their McFarlane Joker figures. Here he is, next to McFarlane's Rebirth Joker, and here he is, next to their Arkham Asylum Joker. Then, with the Batman, the Dark Knight Returns Joker, and now, with the Dark Knight, Heath Ledger movie Joker. And finally, while not exactly a McFarlane DC Multiverse figure, this is McFarlane Mortal Kombat 11 Joker. Here's a look at all the different McFarlane DC Multiverse Joker figures they've made so far. We have a ton, and you know, there's going to be a ton more coming as well. Now let's check them out. Next is some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Batman and Robin movie wave. Collective build Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze. Here's this Joker, next to the recent Target exclusive Midnighter and Wave Rider. And here he is, next to the Target exclusive Flashpoint wave, collective build Cyborg. Then, next to the recent Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark variants of the Infected Batman, Titan Joker, Swamp Thing, and Jon Stewart Green Lantern. And now, with some Entertainment Earth gold label exclusive figures, we have the Blacklight figures on the left, and the Sketch line art figures on the right. Here's this Joker, next to the McFarlane Collector's Edition Wave 2 figures, both the regular and the Platinum Chase variants of Firestorm, Hawkman, and Sinestro. And here he is, next to the Injustice 2 Superman and Brainiac. Then, with the Last Night on Earth, Batman vs. Omega 2-pack. And finally, next to the Dark Knights of Steel Batman, and both versions of the Jim Gordon Batman. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller, and I'm going to include as many Joker figures as I can during these comparisons. Since we already checked him out, next to all the other McFarlane DC Multiverse Joker figures, here he is, next to even more McFarlane toys. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale, and now, with some Jack specific and some DST or Diamond Select toys, here's the Joker next to a bottle of Tums, in case you have heartburn or whatever. And here he is, next to some DC Direct and some NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and some Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel Joker figures. Then, with some Mafex and some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, next to some SH figure arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a very cool and very unique Joker figure. It's based off a pretty good and dark comic storyline. The Gimp mask, it's pretty out of character for Joker and makes this figure very unique among a ton of Jokers in the line. Now, there's a ton of reuse. Like I said before, it's about 90% the same figure. Only thing different, bow tie, head, and the paint job. His accessories, the mutated bat's cool, alternate head, say it's fantastic. The display stand doesn't do much for me, the collector's card, and then the giant card. I really just wish they would do those differently. I wish they would make them for widescreen. But that's just me. If I were to rate this figure, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Even though it's a ton of reuse, I like him. I think he's cool, and he's based off a very recent and pretty good comic. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.